I told my daughter she can't come to Christmas if she brings the boyfriend who called me a slur. My daughter Maya is 26. She's been with this guy Derek for about 8 months now. I met him for the first time at my sister Karen's birthday dinner back in April. He showed up 20 minutes late, didn't apologize, and spent most of the night with his phone under the table. I told myself it was nerves. Some people are genuinely awful in new situations. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. The incident happened toward the end of the night. My nephew was telling this long story about a bad Uber driver he'd had, doing these whole impressions, and everybody was laughing. Derek leaned over to Maya and said something under his breath, but I was sitting right next to her. I heard it. A racial slur, said quiet, like a little side comment, like it was just something you casually say. I went completely still. Maya saw my face. She grabbed Derek's arm and said, "What did you just say?" He shrugged and said he was joking around, he didn't mean anything by it. She looked at me. I looked at her. I didn't say a word in front of the whole table because Karen's kids were right there and I wasn't going to ruin her birthday over it. I excused myself to the bathroom and stood at the sink for about 5 minutes just breathing. On the drive home, I told my husband Richard. He wanted to call Maya right then. I said let me handle it first. I called her the next morning. I told her what I heard and asked if she'd talk to Derek about it. She got quiet, then said, "Mom, I think you misheard. It was really loud in there." I told her I was sitting directly next to her. She said Derek grew up in a different environment and he was working on it. I said that's not something you work on. You either know it's wrong or you don't. She said I was overreacting. We didn't speak for about 2 weeks. When we finally started talking again, neither of us brought Derek up. I told myself maybe she dealt with it on her own. That was naive. In September, she told me they were moving in together. I took a breath. I asked if he'd apologized to me yet. She said he didn't really think he'd done anything wrong, but he'd been nothing but respectful to her and she trusted him completely. I said that's fine, but he's going to be in my house at holidays and I needed him to at least acknowledge what happened. She said I was making it about myself. I said someone called me a slur at a family dinner. So yes, some of this is about me. She said I could meet them both for coffee and we could talk it out like adults. I said I'd try. That coffee meeting did not go well. Derek shook my hand, sat down, and immediately said he was sorry if I was offended, but he didn't have a racist bone in his body, and plenty of people use that kind of language without meaning anything by it. I asked him which specific word he thought was appropriate to use quietly at a birthday dinner with kids at the table. He looked at Maya, she looked at her cup, then he said, "I think we all just need to move past this." I told him I'd need a lot more than that. 2 weeks ago, Maya called about Christmas plans. We host every year. Her brother Tyler flies in from Denver. My mother makes the drive from Columbus. Richard's whole side comes. Same every year, and Maya has never missed it. She said she was planning to bring Derek. I said, "Maya, I can't have him here until he gives me a real apology. Not sorry if you were offended. A real one." She said I was punishing her for his behavior. I said I wasn't punishing anybody. I was just deciding who comes into my home for my holiday. She said, "So if I come alone, what am I supposed to even tell him?" I said, "Tell him to call me and say he's sorry. Sincerely. And then you both come and we have a good Christmas. That's genuinely all I want." She went quiet. Then she said, "So you'd rather I skip Christmas than bring my boyfriend?" I said, "I'd rather Derek do the right thing so this whole situation disappears." She hung up. My mother called me that same night. Maya had gotten to her first. My mother said, "Honey, are you really going to make her choose?" I said I wasn't making anyone choose anything. Derek knows what he said. He has a phone. He can use it anytime. My sister Karen says I'm right. It happened at her dinner and she's been disgusted about it since April. Richard says I'm right. Tyler called from Denver and said, "Mom, if she skips Christmas over a guy she's been with less than a year, that tells you something." I've thought about that a lot. The only person who thinks I'm wrong is Maya. And honestly, I don't think she even believes that. I think she just doesn't want to admit that the person she moved in with is exactly who I heard that night. Christmas is in 16 days. Derek hasn't called.